the record button. There it goes. Right. Okay. Hi, Liesel.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Kim Joo.
Hello, Professor.
How's it going with you?
I'm fine.
Hi, Park and Sung and Kim Nayon and Mr. So Jun Hyung. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, we are. Hi, Park Jong So.
Good afternoon.
Good day. Right, nearly there. We are nearly full house. Okay. Hi, Hak Hyung Park. You're also here. Right. Lisa Bin. Who else? Who else is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we're full house. Okay, good afternoon. Right, today is a historical day because today is the last day of class. Next week, you write your written assignment. So as I said to you last time, you cannot come to class and write the exam in class because the university has decided that that will not be allowed due to COVID-19. So what I will do is on Sunday night, I will upload your assignment for you. And let me just see where this is now. I just have to find this quickly. The demarcation. Okay, there it is. Okay. Right, so there is your demarcation page for your exam. So on Sunday night, to make it as simple as possible and to give you enough time to do it, on Sunday night, this coming Sunday, it's the 6th, I will upload your assignment for you. And then I give you enough time to do it. You have until the Friday to finish it and to upload it. Okay. This is not, it's not a matter of giving your answer. It's not a grammar exam where there's a specific answer needed. No. What is the exam going to be about? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you just now. Let's take it from the top. So the assignment will cover all the units that we did after midterm, which is unit 5. We did unit 5. That was about expanding your horizons, page 30 to 35. So we spoke about moving abroad, expressions, emotions, describing cultural expectations, giving advice. Then we did some grammar, noun phrases, relative clauses, expectations, the customs to, not supposed to, expected to, not acceptable to. Right? Everything is very in short. Then we did unit 7. What can we do? Speaking, identifying and describing problems, coming up with solutions. Some grammar, passive in the present continuous and present perfect, prepositions of time, infinitive clauses and phrases. Then the last one that we did just now was rites of passage, speaking, describing milestones, describing turning points, describing regrets and hypothetical situations. Grammar, time clauses, before, after, once, the moment, as soon as, until, by the time, expressing regret with should, not have, plus past participle, describing hypothetical situations with if clause, plus past perfect and would or could have, plus past participle. Then we talked about some wonderful PowerPoints. The first, well, we did a couple of PowerPoints, but I pointed out only these PowerPoints that I will be testing you on. So the first one is living abroad. Okay, so some of these grammar that we did feature in these PowerPoints. Like this one, for example, living abroad, there are some relative clauses. And there was a PowerPoint on culture shock. Okay. Then there's one on corruption. There's one on time clauses. Unforgettable first. And then there's another one, which we're going to do now, is ambitious. Okay. We haven't done this one. So we will do ambitious now. Ambitious is... I took that from, as I said to you last time, I took this from page 74 under world power, personal characteristics. Okay, now how is the exam going to be? Oh, very easy, very simple. Can you remember all these PowerPoints that we spoke about? All what I will do is I search for certain questions from the PowerPoints, and I ask for your personal opinion or impression on the questions. So you should write, say for example, okay, let's go to, I just want to give you an example. Unforgettable first. For example, can you see the PowerPoint? Okay, so for example, I will ask you a question like this. Let me just see, where's a good example? For example, this one. Does your country have good public universities? If not, why do you think there is a lack of funding for education in your country? Something like this. Okay? So, my internet connection is unstable. If it happens to a point now that you cannot hear me, just put up your hand like this, then I know you cannot hear me. Okay. Because I get signals here from my computer that there's some unstable internet again. Okay, so I will ask this, for example, does your country have good public universities? Right? Maybe I'll just ask you this and not ask you the rest. Maybe I'll just ask you this one. Does your country have good public universities? And then you should tell me not just yes or no, but if you say yes, then you should discuss it a little bit in between 20 and 50 words. Okay. Right. So what I'm saying to you, we did speaking. Now the final exam will just be the written section of what we did in speaking. Understand? Any questions? Mr. Park Jong Song, do you think I'm clear enough?
Yes.
So in other words, I think some of you might ask me, but why do I give you so much time from Monday to until Friday? Well, I know for a fact you cannot. I want to give you as much time as possible, which is only 5 days. So it's more than enough time. And it is impossible for you to cheat. Okay? If there are two people who've got the same answers, I will know exactly who you are. Why did you sit together and why did you work out the same question, the same answers? But why would you do that? That'll be a little bit stupid. Just do your own stuff. There is no one specific correct answer. It's not an A or a B or a C answer. No, it is your personal. Answer. Okay. And how am I going to judge you on this? Okay, I use a rubric. Which is here. There it is. Can you see the rubric? There's the rubric. Okay, so this is how I will be judging your answers. So from each unit, from each PowerPoint unit, like say, for example, corruption or unforgettable firsts, I will ask you 10 questions. I will ask you 10 questions on unforgettable firsts. Then how will I give you scores? Okay, let's look at this. Planning, content, organization, and cohesion, and grammar and vocabulary range and accuracy. Okay. So look at the first column. The final writing clearly reflects the student's planning. Okay. Planning in a way that you planned to give me a proper answer, you know? You need to think about your answer, plan it a little bit, and put it in your own words. And then the content, all ideas developed fully and effectively. Okay, that is straight language. Your sentence in what you want to say is fully developed and it's effective. Organization, cohesion, well, it makes sense what you say, okay? It makes sense. There's nothing wrong with your sentence. So it's a perfect sentence. Valid ideas organized very effectively. And then the last one is grammar. A wide range of vocabulary structures used accurately and appropriately to express valid ideas. So if you give a good answer and you apply all these, well, then I'll give you 5 for this, 5 for that, 5 for that, and 5 for that. Then I'll give you 20. But I will judge all the 10 sentences as a unit, not separately, okay? Not separately. So if there are 10 questions from unforgettable first or ambitious, I will judge this as a unit of 10 questions. And if, right, so if everything is correct according to these four things here, then I'll give you 20. So if they are not so good, well, then you get 16 or 12 or 8 or 4, very limited, hardly any content, confusing ideas are disconnected, inadequate range of structure. So things doesn't really make sense. Well, then I give you 4 out of 20. And obviously, if you haven't done anything, I'll give you a 0. Any questions? Does it make sense? Or doesn't it make sense at all? All right. You are very quiet today. Why are you so quiet? Mr. Kim Jo, why are you so quiet?
I'm listening you.
All right, Mr. Jong
Uh,
Wook Moon, does it make sense
Professor,
to you? Yes, you want to ask me something?
yes, I have a question about the final exam. So how many questions should he answer?
Well, I think there are 5 units. 5 units, and every unit's got 10 questions.
So can we choose the 10 questions from each part, or
No, you cannot.
will
No, you cannot.
upload?
Right. Okay. Good. That is a good question. I will. Let me explain this to you. Okay. Let's. I just want to go and get another example here. Let's take the example here that. Okay, I just want to go to the whiteboard. I just want to go to the whiteboard. Where is my whiteboard? There's my whiteboard. Okay. So, for example, this will be one of the 10 questions from this specific unit. Okay. Does your country have good public universities? I can say, tell me about them. Okay, and then I will leave you some spaces where you can write your answer. Okay, so you need to write between 20 to 50 words per question. Okay. Right. So it's not a matter of just write yes or no. No, you must tell the story. You must motivate your answer. It's not an essay. You're not writing essays here. It's just writing simple short paragraphs on every question. Okay, so there's not a choice. So I will, as I said to you, I think there are 5 units, A, B, C, D, E, and each of them has got 10 questions, something like this, the example on the whiteboard here. And every unit, 1 to 10, counts for, this will count for 20 points. 20 points, according to the rubric. Okay? And I will judge them as a unit, not separately. Judge them as a unit. Okay? Is that clear enough, Jung Wook Moon?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, pleasure. Any more questions? Yu Suchung, you look as if you're in shock. It's really very straightforward. Everything we did in class in speaking now, you're just going to do in writing. Okay? It's like a walk in the park. It's really like a walk in the park. I'm not going to ask you difficult grammar questions. No ways. Why would I do that? The grammar will be incorporated into the questions, you know. Because it will be no good for me to ask you grammar questions. Well, this is an assignment. Then you could just quickly go and find out what the answers are. You know, there's Google and there's everything you can go and. So that will not be really a sensible exam to do, where the answer is A, B, or C. Here, it's your personal answer. All right, so, and you cannot, obviously you can go and ask our friend Papa Go and Google about this and that, but that's okay. there will be no witch hunt for that. If you go and ask our friend Papa Go about this and that and that. Some of my other students really love Papa Go. Well, I love Papa Go too, because Papa Go always helps me when I go to the shops, and with my pathetic Korean, I just open my phone with Papa Go if I wanted to ask this or that and that. And then I'm always helped. Okay, right. So that's that. So let's go to our last PowerPoint, which is called Ambitious. Right. Where is Ambitious? Let's see. There it is. There it is. I need to erase this thing. Okay. Oh my goodness. What am I doing now? Can you see the PowerPoint now? No, you can't. Sorry. Finger problems. No, what on earth am I doing now? I'm sorry. I'm doing something wrong here. What am I doing? I'm trying to get rid of this thing. Right. Now it should work. Okay, there it is. Ambitious. So there are 10 questions on ambitious. Right. Let's go through this PowerPoint. What kind of success do you want in the future in your life? What can you do now to be successful in the future? And do you think that money and fame means success? Okay. What can you say about this? What can you ask each other about this? Oh, that's a very relevant question, or a rather straightforward question. If you ask somebody that first one, what kind of success do you want in the future in your life? In actual fact, what do you want out of life? What do you expect from life? Obviously, you have to work very hard to get something out of life, because things just do not happen like magic. You have to work. You have to put a strategy into place for things to happen. That's why you are at Wankwang to study to become dentists. So you are here to make a success of your career and study. Okay, I have talked enough. Who wants to open the floor and ask a question? How about our friend Kim Jo-ho? Can I ask you to ask the first question? Come, ask it to Jung-Jun Lee. He's ready for you.
Okay.
He's ready for
Mr.
you.
Kyung-Jun Lee, what kind of success do you want in the future in your life?
I think my success is eat what I want whenever I want. That's all.
I like that. I like that. I like it. That's straightforward. That's a straightforward answer.
Thanks. How about you, Mr. Kim Joo-ho?
I want to live without worrying about my old age, like money problem or health problem. That is my I think that is success.
Very, very important. Very important. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Do you have spiritual, religious goals? Is one of your goals to be able to talk to your children's English teacher, whatever? Do you think people have less goals as they get older? Oh my goodness. How will you feel if you fail to achieve any of your goals? What is something you never learned to do but wish you had? Who is successful in your family and why? Okay. Hey, goals in life are very important. It's not always possible to reach all your goals, but hell, you got to try. You got to do your utter best. Lisa Bin, you're giving a big smile. Let's ask Yusu Chung about that.
Useful. How will you feel if you fail to achieve any of your goals?
I'm sorry, but I remember these presentation questions we already had last week.
We already had this one last week.
Isn't it?
We already had this one last week. Yeah, but okay. Yes, we did. But okay, there were some questions that we didn't cover fully. Okay, so let's just, in actual fact, today we are doing a revision because we are basically finished with everything. Okay, so we're going to do a revision of a couple of more PowerPoints that we have already done. Because some of them we scrolled through. We haven't done everything. So we're just going to do some revision today. Okay. And some of you did not, obviously did not get the opportunity to ask some other friends about the questions. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was a little bit confused about this, but yeah, no, we did this one. But as I said, today we will just do a revision because this is our last day. I do not have any more new PowerPoints. Okay. All right. So don't you like the question there? Shall I scroll on to the next one? Do you want to look at this one? How about that first one? What kind of success do you want in the future in your life? Hey? Or the last one? Yusichu? Would you try and answer the last one? Do you think that money and fame means success?
I think that there's two.
Hey? Sorry, your sound is breaking up now.
Many people think success is fame or money kind of things, but
Your sound is really breaking up. Yeah, sorry, there's something wrong. Sorry, Yusichung, there was some sound breakups. I couldn't hear anything because there was something wrong with the sound. Or is it only my sound? Yeah, there's something wrong. There is a sound breakup. Yusichung, can you hear me?
I can hear, but there is something wrong with my internet. So
yeah, I noticed that. Okay, no problem. But right, okay, I think I got your message more or less. But let's move on. Let's move on to another PowerPoint. Let's go out of this one. Let's go back to unforgettable first. Okay. Let's quickly, okay, let's try and get some interesting questions. Okay, just ask some simple questions here about school, private school, and higher quality education. Are there some questions here that you would like to ask? Okay.
Sorry,
yeah.
PPT has not changed.
Yes, I changed the PowerPoint. Yes. Can you see it?
Oh no.
Oh, can you not see it? Okay. Right. Let's try again. Can you see it now? Can you see the PowerPoint now? Can you see the PowerPoint, Jung Lee?
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay. Okay, right. Let's try that. That second question there, do you know anyone who attended a private school? Do private schools offer higher quality education, or are they just prestigious? Okay, let's hear about that one. Yun So Yong, can I ask you to ask a question?
Do I have to ask someone?
Yeah, anyone? Anybody? Do you want to? Or don't you want to?
I can't pick.
Well, okay. Ask my friend, the mathematician, So Jun Hyung. He's always willing to answer.
Do you know any who attended a private school?
No. Pardon?
Do private schools offer higher quality education, or are they just prestigious?
I think they learn a little bit different with other schools, but I think they're quite same with other schools. What about you?
I think Wongan University is also private school, but I can't answer easily.
Okay. Right, let's go to the next one. Does your country provide a good public school system? Okay, I want to hear what you think about the public school system and public universities. Well, I'm not sure if there's really a lack of funding for education. I think in this country, you don't have lack of funding for education. So I think that is irrelevant. Or I don't know. Let me hear from you. Okay. Park Soo-hyun? Come on.
Yes.
Yeah, come on. Ask Kim Na-yeon.
Hi, I'm Kim. Do you think our country have good public universities?
Mm, in 2020, I nearly get school, but I think our Wongang University have good public facilities, like our in building 2, 제2치학관. On the 3rd and 4th floor there, I saw some great balconies and place to study. I saw there last time with my friend. How about you? What do you think about our school's facilities?
I agree with your opinion too, because I think it provides various learning programs such as for specific major students.
Okay, that's some very positive feedback that I hear from you. Okay, it's great to hear that. Right. What do you, anything else you have to add, Parker Kyung? Anything else you want to ask? Maybe you should ask Kim Ye-in. Hey? Parker Kyung, would you like to ask Kim Ye-in something there? Can you hear me? Park Hak-young, can you hear me? It looks like you cannot hear me. Is there a sound problem now? Is there a sound?
I can hear you.
Okay, Park Hak-young, can you hear me? She cannot hear me. Park Hak-young, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I thought for a minute you are deaf and you cannot hear me.
Oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me now.
I am searching for. I sent you a message, but I am searching for a solution. I'm sorry.
Okay. Would you like to address a question to Kim Ye-in? Yes. No question from you? Mr. Kyung Jun Lee, please take over. Ask a question to Kim Ye-in.
Kim Ye-eun. Do you think our country provide a good public school system?
In my opinion, I think our country provide a good public school system because the country made a rule to go school, like elementary school and middle school. We need to get an education from the public. So I think we have good public school system. How about you? What do you think about this?
Our country provides free lunch system in my middle school, and in high school was almost free lunch and dinner. So I think it is good. Yes. Yes. I think free lunch system is a good public school system. Yes.
Okay, right, let's move on. Do the elite in your country attend 1 or 2 universities? The elite. Where do the elite attend universities? Is it only Seoul National University or Yonsei University or what? Please tell me. Do elite university help or harm your country? Whatever this could mean. And where do we learn the skills necessary to become a good student in elementary, middle, or high school? What are the skills that separate good students from bad students? Were good grades important to you? I think these questions are very relevant. Right, let's hear. Mr. Park and Sung, you are very quiet today. You haven't said a word, so please ask my friend Park Jong-so, please.
Were good grades important to you, Jong-so?
Yes, they were important to me because I wanted to go to a good college and I wanted to be a dentist. So yeah, I tried hard to get good grades when I was in high school. How about you?
Actually, I thought good grades were not important to me when I was high school because I was Tongshi when I since first grade, so good grades were not important to me.
Come on, Park Ha-kyung, I want to also to hear your opinion now. I hope you can hear me now. Oh, hallelujah for that.
So, can you repeat question?
The question is on the screen. Can you see this question? Yeah. Yeah, just choose anyone there and tell us a little bit. Yeah.
Like the question, where do we learn the skills necessary to become a good student in elementary, middle, or high school? I think, like, to become a good student, I think we normally learn in elementary school because I think, like, elementary school student is the most youngest student, and like if we want to make somebody a better person, like personality, then I think the most appropriate time is like when they are young. So I think it's elementary school.
Okay. Mr. Jong-wook Moon, can you perhaps ask Kang Seung-ju something from this page?
Okay. Okay, Mr. Kang Seung-ju, where do we learn the skills necessary to become a good student in elementary, middle, or high school?
I think we learn the skills when we attend elementary school because the elementary school is the first school we attend. How about you?
I think so too. We're so busy to study and prepare for the exam in middle or high school. So I think elementary school is the most necessary to get all those appropriate characteristics to become a good student. So I'm same as you.
Mr. Yang Chun Wu, can you try and ask maybe Su Yong Pak? Okay, can you ask her?
Suyang Park, do you think do the elite in our country attend one or two universities?
In Korea, only one person can attend one university. So if someone want to go to other university, he or she should graduate the first university.
Are you saying, sorry, Su Yong Pak, are you saying that a student should first graduate at one university before he or she can go to another one? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So you cannot just chop and change between universities as you like, for whatever reason. Okay, right. I think I understand. Okay. Thanks. Internet connection unstable again. Okay. Right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. How about studying abroad? Do many people study abroad? Are there any subjects you wanted to study, but they weren't available at your school or university? Straight A, are straight A math students smarter than others or just better at memorizing things? Did you really learn in school or did you just memorize information? Okay, can we try this? Lisa Bin, who do you want to ask? You want to ask your friend Yusuchu? For one or other reason, I think that you are friends. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Are you friends by any means? Eh? The two of you. You look as if you could be good friends. I don't know why I think that. Do you know each other?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm right. Okay, right, I'm right.
Are straight A students smarter than others or just better at memorizing things?
I don't think the straight A students are smarter, but I think they are more intelligent than others. How about you?
I think student who is straight A is maybe smarter, but he is also intelligent.
Your sound is not good, Lisa Bin. There's something wrong with your sound. It sounds as if you're talking from the moon. Yes, your sound is really not good. Okay, anybody else? Yun So-young? You want to ask question to Park Sojun?
Are there any subjects you wanted to study but they weren't available at your school?
Yes, when I was in high school, I went to study about some subjects not including in test for university. So I asked teachers to make small study groups and please come and check our study. How about you?
Actually, I'm not interested in nothing special except dentistry.
Okay, right. Right, I want to hear about these. We talked about this, but let's go through this again. Does education guarantee a good job? What are the qualities of a good student? Hey, I really want to, I'm really interested in this one. What are the qualities of a good student? Please tell me. I want to hear it from you. And also, what are the qualities of a good teacher? I think some of you said last time that counseling is a good teacher who's doing good counseling is a good teacher. I can't remember who said that, but I can remember that somebody said that. Why do you think people become teachers? Yes, okay. Let's hear. How much free time does a high school student in your country have? And do parents homeschool their children in your country? Tell me, is homeschool illegal in Korea? I heard something like that. Is homeschooling not acceptable? What do you think of homeschooling? Do you know anyone who has homeschooled or who was homeschooled? Okay, let's hear. To get to my last question, homeschooling, is homeschooling illegal in Korea?
No.
It's not illegal.
Homeschooling.
Homeschooling is not illegal.
Yes.
Do you know of students who do homeschooling? Kim,
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
So that is not really something that that you know of. Because especially now with COVID-19, well, everybody's doing online, but not everybody's doing homeschool, you know? Well, homeschooling in online, I think these days they become very, very similar. I don't know. Homeschooling in South Africa is all over. There are so many private companies who offer homeschooling, especially now with COVID-19. But it looks like it's not really here in Korea. But okay, any of the other questions about qualities of a good student? What are the qualities of a good student? Come, please tell me. Mr. Seo Jun Hyung, what is the quality of a good student? You tell me.
Like it might be preparing and reviewing well is the most important part of the good student. Maybe.
Okay. What do you agree with that, Jung Wook Moon? Or is there something extra?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Or combine it with music, and then you have a really good student. How much free time do you have at Wonkwang now? Do you have lots of free time, especially now during COVID-19 and online classes? Do you have lots of free time? Yang Jinwoo, do you have lots of free time?
Yes.
What do you do with all your free time?
I will normally wake up lately.
You wake up late.
Yes, and go to exercise and sometimes learning guitar.
Learning guitar.
Yes.
Okay, you're a guitarist. Do you play in a band?
No, not well.
Okay. If you say you get up late, what is late? 12 o'clock?
Almost 11, 12.
Well, but obviously you go to bed then late at night. If you wake up at 11 o'clock, what time you go to bed? 3 o'clock in the morning.
2 a.m.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Right. Okay, so we said that parents do not really homeschool their children, but now with online classes, especially in Gyeonggi-do, I heard that in Gyeonggi-do students go to do online 2 or 3 times a week, and they only go to school twice a week. So I've been wondering if this is really working. Do the parents look after the children when they have to do online classes, or what's happening at the moment? Is it really working this way? I spoke to some students and they said that online classes are very boring. They're only watching videos. It's not a matter where they can speak to the teacher. They only have to watch videos. I think that must be a terrible way of doing school, by just watching the teacher talk, and you cannot ask a question to the teacher. I think that must be a little bit boring schooling. What do you think? Can I ask Kim Na-yeon? What do you think of this online classes that students at school have these days?
In my opinion, I prefer offline class because in my case, I think concentration in class, the offline class has the more higher concentration, make higher concentration on class than offline class, like videos, just watching videos, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I said to you, I was surprised when I heard that school students are just watching videos. And it's not actually like we are having here, a two-way communication, you know?
Yes. And I'm afraid that watching videos will make, like in elementary schools or middle school students will have bad effects on their eyes, I think.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. What do you think, Park Soo-hyun? about the online classes at schools? Or let's talk about
I
here.
think
Yeah, all right, sorry. Yes.
just one. In elementary school, I think there are many things we can learn from friends or teachers, but online classes, just watching video doesn't teach young students how to get along with others. So it's not
Yeah.
enough, I think.
But okay, it's still COVID-19, so they are obviously trying to make the best out of the situation. But how many of your classes did you have offline over the past couple of weeks? Okay, our class was online the whole time, but how many of your other classes were offline here at Won Kwong? So Chun Hyung?
Or
Yeah, sorry. Okay, Jong Wook-mun, you want to say?
I guess there were 4 offline classes for the last couple months.
Okay, so they were. So why did they allow those classes to be offline? I don't understand this. Why?
There is a classes which consists of experiment or
practical classes.
Oh yes, it's practical classes. But I
Yes.
guess the professors prefer about the offline class. It's the most big thing, I guess.
Okay, even over the past a week or 2 or 3, you still had offline classes in those in that specific practical classes?
I'm sorry.
I say your offline classes went on the whole time during the COVID-19 situation. Not.
No, just for the last 2 months.
What happened during the last 2 months?
The COVID social distance level went lower for the last 2 months, so we could do offline classes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so at the moment everything is online. Do I understand you correctly? At the moment,
yes.
everything at Won Kwong is online. Okay. I wonder what will happen next year. What will the situation be? Yesterday I saw a video, somebody sent me the video, that in China, the Chinese, they drink a lot of tea. They say they drink a lot of tea and they inhale a lot of steam every day, constantly. They inhale steam, and they say by doing that, they inhibit the coronavirus, and the coronavirus slowly dies away by doing so. What do you think of that? Do you think that's true? So the Chinese are not working on some vaccines. They said that by drinking hot tea several times a day and by inhaling steam, it will help to fade the coronavirus away. What do you think of this? Do you think this is just a story or what? Somebody's opinion on that, hey? Kyung-Jun Lee, do you think this is nonsense or do you think it could be true?
It means drinking teas and steamed air makes healthier when getting infected by COVID-19.
Yeah, they say if you already have the coronavirus, now you need to drink a lot of tea and inhale some steam several times a day. And then you get over the coronavirus very quickly?
Oh, I don't think so. I think we should wait when the vaccine spread quickly to my hometown.
Okay, right. Let's go on to the next. Where are we now? 11. What does your education mean to you? What do you think the advantages, disadvantages of a state and private schools are? State and private universities. What's the difference between state universities and private universities in Korea? What's the difference? Hey, so Junhyong, can you help me here? What's the difference between state and private universities in Korea?
I couldn't hear you.
I say, what is the difference? Can you see that question there?
Yes, I can.
What do you think the advantages and disadvantages of state and private schools? I want to know, what are the differences between state and private universities in Korea?
I think the most important advantage of the state schools is cost maybe.
Yeah. So state universities in Korea are much cheaper than private universities.
Yes, and I think there are not difference between those two universities without the cost.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. Are college tuitions reasonable at Korean universities? Who shall we ask? Who wants to answer this? Park Hak-yong, answer this, please. You have been silent for too long.
I think it's quite expensive, but still there is like a lot of government to like there are some like there are some like help.
Yeah.
Like if some students can afford the money, then there is a lot of way to pay like for by government or like state or like something like that. So I think it is still expensive, but I think it can be reasonable, but expensive.
Okay. So there are many ways to overcome financial burdens if you cannot afford to send your child to university. So are the banks in Korea very willing to help with financial loans to students? All banks, can you go and make a loan at a bank, at any bank in Korea, for a study loan for your child? Is that possible? Okay. And what is the interest rate? Do you know? What's the interest rate on student loans? Hey, you don't know? Okay. Right. Let's go on. Do you think your school is a good one? Do you think Wonkwang is a good university? Why not? I want to know about that one. Liesel, what do you think? Is Wonkwang a good university?
I think Wongang University is a good one because many majors are in our school. So many students get interested in their own majors. So I think our university provides a lot of good education. I think.
Oh, that's a very positive answer. Yu Su-chung, you agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Anything you'd like to add? Mr. Park Jong-so, do you agree? It looks like you're going to fall asleep any minute now.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, I agree as well.
Are you happy here?
Yes, I'm happy.
Okay. You are as happy as your friend Kyung Jun Lee. He looks extremely happy here.
Oh, yes, I'm really happy.
Yeah, but you're always a happy, lucky guy because I've always seen you smiling.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Smiling is a good way to live happy.
Yes, yes. Okay, great. I hope I can see you sometime outside here so that I can shake your hand. Not that I want to give you coronavirus because I'm coronavirus free. Yeah, I'm not sure whether shaking hands are allowed in Korea. Anyway, okay. What's the time? Oh, time is nearly up. Let's see. What are some good ways? Oh my goodness. What are some important factors in determining which college to attend? What are some important factors in determining which college or university to attend in Korea? Okay. In Korea. Come on, who wants to answer me that? I'm a little bit curious what you have to say about this. Kim Jo-ho, you want to try that one?
Okay. For me, the major factors in determining Wonkang University is major dentistry.
Yeah. Okay.
If dentistry was not my choice, I think the major factor, my choice, I think the major factors in determining college is the distance. How far to the college? Because I think the dormitory life is so difficult to live.
Why do you say that? Why is dormitory life so difficult to live? Are the rooms too small or what is the problem?
When I was high school or middle school student, my parents give me all help, but when I was university student, the parents' help is not given to me, so it was difficult.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Kang Sung-ju, what do you think? Hello, Mr. Kang Sung-ju, are you sleeping? He's not listening to me. Can you hear me? Kang Sungju?
Yes.
What do you think of that one?
What was question? I had a sound problem.
Oh, you had a sound problem. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you try and answer that second question there? What are some important factors in determining which college to attend in Korea?
I think whether the college is close to where you live or not is important factors.
Okay. All right. Okay. Right. We're nearly at the end. Let's see. Maybe one or two questions more. Okay. We don't want to talk about schools and colleges that are not so good in Korea. Yeah. Okay. That's we can't even imagine not going to school ever in your life. I cannot imagine that. That is basically impossible. Okay. Right. So yeah, I think that's about all. I think we're going to stop here. Stop sharing. We had enough. Some of you look a little bit tired of all these questions, so I don't want to intrigue too much more and pampering you with all these awkward questions. I can read some of your faces and saying, oh my goodness, do we have to answer these questions again? Please, just go over it. Okay, now finally you just have to, I really picked the questions that I really thought that will be most relevant. Okay. Can you hear me? Because I'm getting a signal again that my sound is a problem or my internet is a connection problem. Okay, that's it. Thanks for listening to me over the past 14 weeks. You had been a very great class, really. It had been a pleasure talking to you, and I learned a lot of, really, I learned a lot from you. And if you want to ask me what I learned from you, well, I can talk a lot about that. If we meet each other now outside the university, whenever, well, you can ask me that question and I will tell you that. But now is perhaps not the good time to talk about this because you want to go on with some other stuff. Right. Okay, so I will upload the final exam assignment paper on Sunday night, and you have the whole week. You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to do it. So yeah, that's that. And once again, thanks for being a great class. And yes, I might bump into you sometime soon, whenever. Okay, so if there are any questions that you would like to ask me, well, you're welcome to contact me on Kakao Talk or give me a call. Just call. Don't call me 12 o'clock at night because then I'm sleeping. I'm not going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm sleeping. I love my sleep. I really love my sleep. Okay, thanks so much. And yeah, all the best to all of you. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for nice lecture.
Bye.
Thanks. Keep well, eh? Bye-bye.